Hi, it's Tim Hagen from Progress Coaching, and welcome to another episode of Coaching Conversations. And I wanted to make you aware of something very cool that we're doing on a subscription basis, and we'll put a link in each one of our episodes. But every Wednesday, we're going to be doing what we call an audio podcast workshop. That workshop will be roughly about 14 to maybe 20 minutes per episode, with each month having a theme from a coaching model, using feedback strategically, to coaching self-awareness, and so on. So if you could look in the body or in the content description of each episode, and you will see a link where you can join this subscription. These are literally 4 workshops every month teaching specific strategies to address a particular area of workplace coaching as it relates, again, to things like awareness, motivation, teamwork, and what have you. Here's the cool thing. It's only $10 per month, and each month you will get a handout that we will follow along with. So we also give you a tool for you to take notes as we go through each episode. We hope you'll check it out.
Hi, Chris. How you doing?
Hey, Tim. How's it going?
Good, good. Wanted to chat with you. I know we've had a couple conversations on and off, and I wanted to share a couple perspectives with you and certainly get your permission to kind of dive into something that may or may not feel uncomfortable as it relates to your performance specific to your job. You okay with that?
I guess so.
Okay. Well, I want to share with you a perspective. I could be wrong. I could be right, but I owe it to you to give you that perception. And my sense is you're just kind of doing the job. You look like at times you're almost in pain, like you don't want to do the job. Hearing that, what goes through your mind?
Well, I'm here every day. I'm here on time. I do my job. I do what I'm supposed to do. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it right now.
What do you mean?
It's kind of like, same thing every day. There's just seems like I'm going through the motions and coming in, doing my job, and there's really nothing to strive for.
Okay. So when you say that, if you had to use one word to describe your relationship with the job, what would that be?
Dead end.
Why?
I just don't see the opportunities for advancement. I've been doing this for over a year now, and I think I've done a pretty good job. I've had good reviews in the past, and I've just thought I might get promoted by now, and nothing's happened. So I'm just a little bit, I guess, confused.
Okay, so let's take that for a second. Let's take you've done a good job. You have had good reviews, and you brought up promotion. You thought there'd be a promotion by now. Let's push that aside a second, okay? Okay. I don't want to ignore it. I want to come back to it. I don't want you to feel like I'm dismissing it. So let's say that we're moving forward. Let's say you're going into something that you're going to be more excited about, that's going to feel less like a dead end. What is that? What does that look like?
For me, I think it's, eventually moving up to a supervisor or a team lead position and using some of my leadership skills that I have from my previous job. I've got some skills and some talents. I just need a place to use them.
Okay, agreed. So if you had to describe right now your output, and let's just say, let's use a scale, 1 to 6. 6, you're energetic, you're passionate, people are watching you work as we go back to your job, where you've been really candid, which I appreciate, when you talk about the job feeling like a dead end. If you were to describe, if people were watching you on a scale of 1 to 6, 6, you're passionate, you've got conviction, you're energetic, you can't wait to get into work, or 1, you just look like you just want to just fall asleep doing this job, where would you rate yourself?
It's kind of tough. I love the people I work with. We get along great, and I enjoy working for you, Tim. You're a great manager, but right now I guess I'd put myself at kind of a 3. I'm just kind of here. I'm doing the job and I'm earning my paycheck, but I think that's about it.
Okay. Well, first of all, I really appreciate your honesty. I had you in the same range. So let's go back and let's think about kind of a two-prong approach. I'm not sure if you're ready. I'm not sure you're not ready. I'm not sure what's available in terms of a team leader or supervisor position. What I'd like to suggest between the two of us is a trade-off. I'd like to exchange my time, exploration of looking into a team leader supervisor position, whether it's now, 6 months, 12 months down the road. I will become your biggest advocate, assuming you are ready, which I think we need to dive into. And what I would ask for in exchange is that we take that level 3 up to a level or 5 or 6. Hearing that, what would your response be?
That sounds great. I just can you kind of give me an example of what a 5 or a 6 would look like or feel like? I think I can do it. I just
Sure.
want to know what I'm striving for.
Sure. I think a 6 is somebody who exemplifies what you're asking and seeking. Somebody who leads by example, that doesn't, fall victim to the boredom and the commiserating of what sometimes a job can really facilitate for us. But somebody who says, you know what, I'm going to rise above. I'm going to come in early. I'm going to stay late. I'm going to ask my teammates if I can help them. I'm going to lead by example. You're going to be energetic. You're going to be passionate. You're going to seek ways to raise your game. And that might include, even with me, exploring leadership conversations, leadership training, but really going above and beyond the call of duty, because I haven't seen that from you up to this point. And I think therein lies the opportunity. I think the concern I have, taking what I just shared with you, is if we go to an opportunity of a team leader or supervisory position, I've got to be able to fight for you. And if I see a level 3 and you see a level 3, somebody that I might be going to fight for on your behalf might be seeing a level 3. So I think that's a trade-off, that if we can raise that level to a 5 or 6, not only are you going to be moving in the direction of what you want, but it positions me to fight for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
that sounds pretty cool.
So what if we got together the next time, and what I'd like you to do is I want you to come in almost like a self-induced SWOT analysis. I want you to write out what you believe your strengths are as a leader, as a potential supervisor, team leader. What are your potential weaknesses? And what are your opportunities if you protect your strengths and you address your weaknesses? And what are the threats to you if you do nothing? So come in with that and just do a kind of a self-imposed SWOT analysis, and we can spend some time on that. Number 2, what I'd like to do is come in with maybe about 3 or 4 bullet items of some actions I think you need to take to go from that level 3 to like a 5 or a 6 as it relates to your specific and present job now. Fair enough?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, let's get back together. And I think the one thing that we're going to find, you certainly have exemplified that you want to go into management. And one thing I want to just kind of put and plant a seed for you is one of the things that people want with management is certainly the fanfare with being a leader and having the title, and certainly there's more money and things like that. With that being said, what's the number one thing outside of what I just shared with you that really gets you excited? I mean, what's the reason that you want to go into management or leadership?
I was really good at it at my previous job, and I think I could be really good at it here as well if I'm given that opportunity, and it sounds like I'm getting it. So I'm pretty excited.
What's the number one attribute you feel like you have that really suits you well as a leader?
I think that I'm able to step back and look at a situation and calmly work with my colleagues to come up with solutions to problems, mostly in problem solving. I'm really good at that. That's kind of my passion.
Okay, cool. Well, I think those are, and the reason I asked you these questions, I wanted to give you a glimpse or a representation of how we can dive in and explore those things. And the thing I want to do with that is certainly share in the pursuit of those opportunities for you. Again, making sure that you're ready, not making assumptions you're not ready. And again, in exchange for being conscientious, really being self-aware of bringing that level 5 or 6 every single day, Because by doing that, Chris, I'm going to be in a better position to fight with you and for you, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, cool. Let's get back together next week. You do your SWOT analysis. My agreement based on this conversation is I'm going to come in with 3 to 5 bullet items of where you have an opportunity from an action perspective to raise your game. And I think that trade-off is going to give us really what we both want.
Sounds good to me.
Cool. Awesome. We'll see you next week.
Okay. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Coaching Conversations by Tim Hagen and Progress Coaching. Now, our company is always coming out with new and innovative solutions to help leaders coach their employees. And recently, we just created a new service called Coach to You, where leaders can pick and choose topics and assign 7 to 21-day programs for employees to learn and, more importantly, apply actions and then reflect and share what they're going to do going forward as a result of the learning. It's called Coach to You. We're literally bringing coaching to your employees. If you're intrigued, we'll have a link in each one of our episodes where you can get more information. And again, thank you so much for listening to another episode.